Hello, this is Simracing Corner. Today I have a Waveshare 7-inch HDMI monitor to try out and show you. It is a full HD 1920 by 1080 pixel 60Hz IPS screen. Many sim racers add a second monitor to their setups for telemetry output, maybe a dashboard, often using a full-size monitor, but maybe something of this reduced size could be useful for some circumstances where that is more convenient. You have already had a preview of it mounted to my sim racing rig. Its small size lets me use a standard tablet holder, as it does basically have the same footprint as a regular 7-inch tablet. The screen is enclosed in a very smart and solid alloy enclosure with a toughened glass face to protect the screen. It is also touch capacitive, which I did briefly test, but for that to work properly, the Waveshare monitor does need to be set as your primary screen. I couldn't find a real practical use for this feature connected to my PC, but it is maybe more useful when used with a Raspberry Pi. Moving along, the screen runs on 5 volts, so can be plugged into a USB socket on your PC or a powered USB hub or a phone charger or power bank. The video input is mini HDMI and cables are included in the box, as well as a tablet style table stand. Next up is a demonstration of video playback. The picture quality is really sharp, colours look accurate, and because it's an IPS screen, good viewing angles in all directions. You may observe a grid pattern on some parts of the screen. This is something my camera picks up but is not visible to the naked eye. If I point this same camera directly at my desktop monitor, this camera records a similar pattern. Also, that faint line down the screen is from the adhesive screen protector that came pre-installed. Again, the camera picks this up, but not visible to my eyes. Unfortunately, my camera is not doing the Waveshare monitor quite the justice it fully deserves. The image quality is really fantastic on this little screen. I found no fault. It's a crisp, vibrant picture. Even small text looks sharp. You would have noticed we have cutouts on the back of the case for speakers. Don't get too excited about that though, they are not very loud and the sound quality is below average. There is a 3.5mm audio out jack on the monitor, so there is at least another possible option to using headphones or connecting up to a better pair of external speakers. Similarities really easily and quickly. If you're blindfolded handling the two, most people would not be able to tell them apart. So ultimately, the build quality of both is the same. That's not a bad thing really. The G29 is very reliable and should indicate the G923 is going to be as robust and provide many years of service. Back to the sim rig. This is SimHub doing the honours here. The timing board on the left hand side is far too small to read easily from my seated position. A shame really, as this is a truly useful dashboard, better suited for a larger screen. Swapping to this other SimHub dashboard though is perfect for this 7-inch screen. Indeed, the versatility of SimHub means with a bit of elbow grease I can construct my own custom dashboards to suit my personal requirements and the dimensions of this monitor. This is Z1 Dashboard, another popular dashboard application. Virtually all the dashes I tested in Z1 Dashboard I found were perfectly suited for the size of this screen. Not exactly the most exciting designs, but there are many styles, over 160 dashes in fact, in this software. Okay, before anybody harps on in the comments about using a cheap Android tablet doing as good a job for less money, yes indeed, both SimHub and Z1 Dashboard will work through a web browser on a tablet and they work very well. And for most people I would recommend using a tablet. I will say though, there is a small amount of lag using a tablet dashboard, not enough that anyone should be concerned about, but you will notice that delay flipping between screens on a dash with multiple screens. So that's an advantage for using an attached monitor like this, as there's no lag. But that's not the only reason I'm using this. For me, it's a second monitor and useful for that purpose as a second monitor attached to my PC. I record everything on my PC using OBS, and being able to use this screen as a recording preview is very useful as a content creator. So this hardware does have multiple purposes in my circumstances. So I'm certainly not entirely recommending this monitor for your sim racing dashboard display. Though it does a fine job, it's completely viable, so that's why I'm exploring it and sharing my experience with you. If you really want an external dashboard for sim racing, I would say get a cheap Android tablet every time. That just makes more sense. But if you're looking for a compact HDMI monitor, this is very good. So if that's something you can find a use for, then I can recommend the 7-inch Waveshare monitor. It's a really nice little screen, great picture quality, but don't forget the speakers are really disappointing. And that's your lot for this one. So thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll be back soon with something new. So until then, happy simming and bye bye for now.